radio.com/Discord. Now, Kooky tells me that we actually have a call from SquallLovesRiona.
No.
Yeah.
That
is the rumor. That is the rumor.
Wait, really?
Apparently.
All right.
This could be interesting.
Okay, I think we got him online.
So let's go back to our phone line. SquallLovesRiona, thanks for calling Limit Break Radio.
You're welcome.
So we just parsed out your video where you call us toxic for no reason, present no evidence, and don't really justify yourself or explain yourself terribly well. So I guess this is your opportunity to clarify exactly why you think Limit Break Radio is a toxic community.
For one, if you actually listen to the beginning of the video is actually for somebody else. I actually watch our podcast all the time.
Wait, hang on. We actually did watch the whole video. We
on the air.
Excruciatingly went through it moment by moment. And, I mean, you throw Limit Break Radio in there at the end in, like, the last 2 minutes. And, but saying that the video is addressed to somebody else, I don't think that that's true. I mean, you talk about 3 different things in there, and we're directly related to the toxicity part, and you just name drop Limit Break Radio without any explanation or justification for that. So, like, why exactly? I mean, I'm glad that you listen. That's nice. Why do you feel like we're toxic, bud?
Well, this is like I said, I watch this stuff. This is not coming from me, but this is coming from a friend of mine that listens to your podcast as well. And
friend.
I was not originally going to add that in there, but I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and add this in there since it's a really good friend of mine. He said, "Hey, can you add this in?" I was like, "Fine, sure." What?
What? Hang on, bro.
Come on.
I don't believe this.
Don't pass the buck.
Don't sit here and lie in front of 160 people, please. Like, this, I felt bad when we were trashing you on the show, and now I feel a little bit embarrassed because you can't even, like, own up to it. And I'm just like, I'm sort of blown away. So, like, you
don't care if you think we're toxic. We just want to know.
We listened to the whole video. Everyone on the show, we played it on the show. We just went through it. I mean, it really seems like you're just trying to pass the buck, dude. Like,
I mean, that's your opinion. I mean, it's your opinion. I mean, believe what you want to believe.
Well, you never said it was for a friend on the video.
Yeah, okay, like
you own that opinion. You own that opinion in the moment on the video. Like,
the very first 4 words of the description of the video says, "This is just my opinion."
So, whose opinion is it? Like,
you actually listen to us and like us, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm.
Like I said, the first part of the video was my opinion, but the last part was for a friend.
You didn't say that.
Yeah. Why would you do that for a friend?
And especially if it's a podcast that you listen to and you enjoy. Like, you could even present it as a discussion, like, "Hey, my friend thinks this, I don't think this, what do you guys in the comments think?" But instead, you just included it as part of your opinion and
just own it. Just own it, man. Like, you get that we're toxic. We just spent,
you're not alone in the community thinking that.
We just spent 2 hours just shredding your poor video.
I'm not taking nothing away from that. I'm just saying.
So do you think we're toxic or not? Yes or no?
No, not like I said. I watch your video. Like I told
it's so not cool.
Answer the phone. I watched all your podcasts, and I've watched them ever since I started playing.
I
Fortnite.
don't.
Easy, Pete.
I'm not, dude. I'm genuinely not trying to be a dick here, but I don't believe you at all.
You said if it was up to me, I would shut them down.
Yes, yeah. If it were up to me, and I quote, "If it were up to me, I would shut them down." Nika's exactly right.
That's opinion at all.
Kidding. Obviously.
It's my opinion. So like I said,
no.
You understand it's your opinion.
You're welcome to your opinion. That's totally fine. But, like, wouldn't you want to explain to someone finding your video for the first time? Maybe they don't know what Limit Break Radio is because. Oh, wait, hang on. We got a donation. Ryuichi, thank you. Yeah, I know you agree with that. But it's confusing to me that that first of all, like you act as if everyone watching that video knows Limit Break Radio automatically, which they don't necessarily, which is clear by the thread that you had posted for the video on the official forums trying to get it more views. 529, congratulations. But the bizarre part to me, like you don't explain you just trash us. You say that you would shut us down and that we're the most toxic part of this community. I don't know if maybe your opinion has changed in the month since you posted that video, but I mean, to come on and then claim like, nah, dude, that was my friend. Like, none of that is made clear. If that's true, none of that is made clear in the video. And it doesn't even sound remotely true. Like, this isn't even a good defense on your part. Like, you're making yourself sound way worse right now. And I feel bad for you now.
Actually, don't feel bad for me. I don't need you to feel bad for me.
Well, I do. I mean, you're really... I mean, you said something that I think you would like to take back. And, like, you have a bit of the opportunity here. Or at least you have the opportunity to explain yourself. And you're choosing not to. You're making the choice to say, well, I'd rather blame it on this mystery friend that doesn't exist than say, these are actually my opinions, and own it in every way that you did, given the context of that video, given the context of the post.
Yeah, you wouldn't be the first person to hate us.
We won't hate you. We won't judge you. We don't care. We just want to know why. That's it.
So why are we toxic? Why is Limit Break Radio toxic? Squall?
Like I said, I don't have a problem with LBR. I watch all of your stuff.
Clearly you do. I mean, I feel like anyone who didn't watch us wouldn't even bother to make a point.
Provoke the ad.
Like I just
I said in the video, the first half of the video, that's my opinion. That's stuff that happens all the time. But like I said, the last part of that...
Like you said, where did you make that clear? You didn't make that clear anywhere. In the video, in the description...
So it's a video of an opinion of a split personality about his other personality opinion of
Could be.
an opinion.
Good. Yes, Ryoko, that sounds very close to what is happening. It's a weird opinion of a split personality about his other personality. I don't understand this. And I mean,
were you baked or were you reading this at the time? I'm just curious because you sound very cogent and very quick to respond and everything right now. You sound a lot faster in your responses right now than when you were on the video.
Were you tired?
No, I definitely was not tired. I'm always at a quick response.
Didn't sound like it.
But just in the way you're talking now, you sound a little bit more energetic than in your video.
Yeah. You don't sound ronned out of your mind.
Well, I mean, when you first get on a phone call, you don't get all routed up until you're actually talking about the subject that you're talking about.
No, on the video, you sounded baked out of your fucking mind.
No, right now, you sound fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I already knew you guys were talking about this video because somebody tipped me off on Twitter, so I was just like, hey, let me go see what they're talking about. And then
was it
like,
kooky?
Okay, let me just call them and just give my...
It's totally kooky.
I mean, that's great. I mean, and I wish that we could clear some of this up and actually have a discussion and a conversation about why you might feel like we're toxic, and maybe we could explain it. I'm
going to humor you for a second here. Okay, for your friend to have asked you to put this into the video, and for you claim that you actually listen to us and you don't think we're toxic, but your friend does, which means for him to have convinced you to slander a podcast that you actually like, he must have given you some pretty legit reasons why, in order for you to say, okay, fine. So why does your friend think we're toxic?
You guys are
like
great.
I said,
LBR
my friend came to me. I said, "Hey, I told him like, hey, man, I'm going to put this rant together on the community of my opinion. Hey, do you have any opinion to whatever?" So he gave me wrote down a list of the stuff that he hated. Plus, he specifically mentioned LBR, and I was like, I came in and was like, dude, I don't think we should put that in there. He's like, nah, man, it'll be okay. So I said, hey, whatever, man, it's fine. I'll put it in.
But he didn't say why. He just listed a bunch of things, and just LBR was just one of the lists. He didn't have to convince you to slander a podcast you like. He just put it in there, and you said, okay, sure.
Like a puppet
He
master.
didn't try to sit there and say, well, they're toxic because of the shit they say and this, and that. He didn't have any reason or anything. He just said, do it, and you just said, okay.
Well, no, I was gonna get to that, you know.
This is why I
Because
Okay,
just
so
thought
tell me.
list right here, what he
this
said.
guy is the biggest
So what are the
idiot
reasons
I've
why
ever
your
heard.
friend thinks we are
Please
toxic?
stop
Air it out
lying
right
and
now.
Be a man about it.
From what he told me in the quote, these are his words, not
Thank you,
mine. He
Sarah.
says that you guys bash players because I honestly don't think that you bash players. I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion regardless of what they're placed on, whatever it's going to be. He also says that you guys always try to, you know, excuse me, not as well as bash players, you know, always try to think that you guys are the gods when it comes to like in-game ratings. And one of his main points was on ratings.
So he basically trolls the Reddit forums.
And
You must be a Redditor.
And this would be like
Actually,
if you.
He cannot be a listener.
And this would be like if
there's
you
no way.
insisted I go on and bash FF11, and I'm like, but I like FF11. And you're like, no, it'll be fine. I'm like, all right, I'll bash FF11.
Right. So, I mean,
What?
do you have is there like a producer for your channel? I mean, is someone running your channel more than you? Because like, if you're crowdsourcing opinions, like that's, again, the video is it's a rant on the FF14 community as a whole, and the description says that it's your opinions. I'm so confused why, if it wasn't all your opinions, that would be the description of the video. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. And I mean, you know, yeah, you could sit there and say like we're entitled to believe whatever we want to believe, but I mean, this is going out to a lot of people. There's a lot of people who listen to the show. There's a lot of people who are watching live right now, and it really does not make you look like you're credible in the least. I mean, you know, if you had come on, if you hadn't come on and you just let us do the segment, there'd be a lot of people who would have been giving your channel a bit of attention. You might have picked up a subscriber or two from this. But coming on and I mean, in my opinion, lying about it and lying about your motivations and your intentions, and I mean, it really doesn't make you look very good. So,
and honestly, I don't do YouTube for the views or the subscribers. I do it because I like putting out videos.
Okay.
And doing gameplay. That's why I do it.
Okay.
I could care less. Only if I had no subscribers, I would still do it.
But you cared enough. You cared enough to put the video on the official forum.
And you're right.
I mean, you had to know putting LBR out there that would get back to us.
Yeah. I mean,
like I said, go ahead.
No, Pops is exactly right. Like, if you, I mean, we're like Beetlejuice. You say our name enough, we're gonna appear. You know, like
Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls.
You know, there are a lot of people. Like, honestly, I'm sure that there are people who agree with you. I mean, I don't know.
There's lots of those on Reddit.
There's lots of people who hate us.
Your friend clearly is not a listener because anything that is said on Reddit about us is like 80-90% made.
I don't believe that you're a listener, because if you were, you would have been able to, like, your bullshit
Explain that to
detector
your
would have
friend,
gone
yeah.
off. Yeah. So, I mean, man, this is really awkward. I expected a bit more of a.
I didn't expect this.
I really didn't.
I saw this going a lot of ways, not this.
I feel like there's a productive conversation to be had, but in order to do that, we all have to be honest with one another. And if we're not being honest, then I don't know what the takeaway from this is supposed to be, because here's a video that calls us toxic, that doesn't explain why we're toxic, and then when we talk to the video creator, they go, oh, well, we didn't really mean it. Okay, so what was the point of it? Like, why even bring us up at all? No.
Like I said, first of all, my friend asked me to put. Originally, I was
still
not
sticking
going
with the
to.
friend.
It was just going to be
sticking with the friend. Okay.
The video when I started talking about the community and whatnot. I wasn't going to put that in there, but you know, he said, "Hey, put that in there."
I don't believe that.
If
it was me, okay, obviously I'm not you, you're not me. But if this was me and I was making my own video and there's a podcast I listen to that I like, I listen to every episode. I'm an avid listener, and my friend says, yo, that podcast is shit. You need to talk about how toxic they are. I'd be like, no, man, they're awesome. Why are you trying to tell me how to run my video?
Right.
And like, so you didn't have, I mean, I would, if my friend had told me, but they bash players, I'd be like, no, I listened to that episode, and this was one guy who was trolling them, and so that's why they called him out. And then this guy would be like, whoa, they always claim to be the endgame raiders. And I'd be like, no, I'm a listener. Only one of them endgame raids. You didn't have any of that rebuttal back to him from actually listening to our show to tell him that his points were incorrect?
I mean, that's the thing, is that you're getting so much factually incorrect between the video and this conversation that it's impossible to take you seriously. It's really difficult. So, all right. I guess we should this has gotten awkward enough.
I was like, we've got a topic to do.
Yeah, we need to move on from this. Squall, let me give you a couple of pieces of advice before we let you go, okay? Try talking with a little bit of enthusiasm and enunciate when you're doing your videos. Don't sound like you're afraid of the microphone. Second, maybe refrain from naming your Pokemon incredibly creepy names like Barely Legal and Little Girl.
That Pokemon thing, if you watch the Pokemon Honest trailer, that's where I got that from. So, yeah. If you watch the Pokemon Honest trailer...
Okay.
Okay, I'll take you on that.
All right. That's fine. That's fine. It's just I mean, damn, that put me off in a big way. But the third thing would be, don't take advice from your stupid fucking friend when it's not something that you believe.
Yeah, your friend doesn't have his name on the video.
Yeah.
So don't listen to him.
Don't say something don't say something that you don't 100% believe in your heart. And if you do, certainly don't say the phrase, I speak for a lot of fucking people, because that makes you sound like an arrogant asshole. And for as arrogant as I've been on this show, I've never been so arrogant as to say I speak for anybody but myself. So there's just a little bit of passing advice for what you can do to further your YouTube career in the future. Good luck to you, Squall. I'm not sure that I believe a word that you said today, but in any chance, Godspeed. That was fascinating.
That was a social commentary.
That was fascinating. I still don't really know what to make of that.
I told you if he called, he would not have the balls to call us out on air. I told you.
Yeah, you did. You called it.
It was just his friend, Cloud Loves Aries, that made all these things.
I don't know, he might be schizophrenic.
I don't know.
Just one of like 24 equally appalling videos on your website.
Maddie in the chat says, I named my slow bro SquallLovesRiona's friend.
Yes.